you guys asked for it. You guys want to see a Hulk video, right? A Hulk scaling video. Makes sense. I know there's some buzz going around about Hulk right now because I believe Death Battle's doing Hulk versus Broly. Chuck already reached out to me about that, by the way. We're gonna do something on that if Death Battle screws it up. So letting y'all know. But my boy Proper, who's a member, shout out to all my members in the League of Villains. He's a big Hulk guy. I've been grinding on my Hulk stuff, sending stuff back and forth with him, and I realized there's too many scans and feats for me to do one entire massive video on Hulk. Instead, I'm going to break it up into parts. First part is today. It will be covering Hulk in the 1960s. So OG Hulk. Funny stuff I'll be talking about. Great stuff from the stories, and most of all, power scaling and feats, and going over how much of a goon 1960s Hulk was. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the movie. Now, first off, first thing we're going to talk about came from Hulk issue 4 from the OG run. Now, real quick, if y'all don't know, obviously, Bruce Banner was a scientist, saved the young man Rick Jones from getting hit by the gamma bomb, gets hit himself, becomes the Hulk. Hulk in issue 4 is referred to as the strongest on Earth and can actually mimic flight with his strength alone. There's also evidence during this move that he actually can control his flight. The only caveat that comes with the Hulk at this point jumping is he can easily get knocked off balance. So he can aimbot his jump, right? He can be like, oh, I want to jump from Colorado to Las Vegas. He can do that. But if he gets hit by even something like a plane, it's going to knock him off course because he's technically just jumping. Doesn't hurt him at all, but it can knock him off course. So, in the sake of honesty, that is a factor. Banner is so big-brained that in this issue, he made a ray to make him Smart Hulk on the spot. So we actually do get a lot of Smart Hulk kind of blends in the 1960s. Savage Hulk a lot of times did have access to Bruce Banner's intellect, whether through technology or whether through like pure willpower. Because Hulk back then didn't have a lot of control over his transformations. Hulk is also revealed to have super senses, which actually can serve as a weakness to get him to be depowered in the beginning. He has a couple, I would call, lame weaknesses from the 60s. For a little bit, sound messed him up. It would make him revert back. There's a ray gun that would make him revert back, but Bruce Banner made that. But yeah, he does have super senses, which helps him in combat. Also, at this point, we get introduced to the fact that Hulk really likes throwing people and aliens and even gods into the atmosphere. Hulk loves throwing people. It's actually hilarious. I ended up making a whole folder of Hulk throwing people and Hulk killing people by throwing people at other people. I think it's hilarious, but that might not be for you. Moving on. Journey into Mystery, issue 112. Thor and Hulk's first battle was revealed to be off the books. Basically, Thor hears some kids talking about Hulk versus Thor. Who is stronger? He lands and he explains, hey, me and him have actually had a contest of strength before. So they actually ask him to break it down, which he does. And he says no one actually knows about his fight with him before. Now, 1965 Thor is when this happens. Like, that's the time period. Thor states he had not seen anything like Hulk before. I'd never faced a threat, anything like this savage brute. Thor's been out here scrapping people like Hercules, okay? Who is no joke. Hercules and him were said to throw the strongest blows in Marvel history. So, big deal. And he says Hulk is different. Hulk, this is one thing I know, the 60s Hulk speed is downplayed. Hulk casually intercepted a thrown Mjolnir just to say, yo, I got your weapon, now what? Of course he can't hold it, but he did do that. And then the Uru metal, it's made of Uru metal. Thor said he could easily shatter the Uru metal because it didn't have the backing of magic. So that was pretty funny, because Thor asked his father Odin, hey, take away my power, give it all to me without my hammer. Basically, take the power of Mjolnir, put it into me, let me have that for 5 minutes. Odin said, okay, you can scrap with that. And so Thor wanted to test if he could beat him hand to hand. Thor says Hulk's ability to bounce back from his hits is almost a miracle. Like, he just can't keep Hulk down, can't even seem to hurt him. Thor sees him at least as a strength equal after 2 minutes of intense battle. Eventually, we see in this battle that the rage of Hulk is beyond even the comprehension of Thor. Thor literally can't comprehend how something is this mad and getting strong off it. Thor also got hit by this Hulk and stated he doesn't remember the last time he was ragdolled like that. He fought Hercules a couple years before. Those boys were also in the void and limbo doing crazy things. Marvel 60's is not the one to run up on. Marvel 60 scaling is crazy. Anyways, Hulk ends up rocking Thor's ass with a throw, and states he can never weaken. And the problem for Thor is Thor can weaken and get tired. Hulk says, I'm just going to get stronger, so you're about to take an L. And then that's when we see Thor, like, just go all out. He's like, I got to put him down because I told my dad I could beat him in 5 minutes. So I got to do it. And he goes all out, and Hulk just eats the punches, just eats them. This is when we see Odin being a WWE ringside guy, basically saying, yo, I'm going to be honest, fellas. Like, he's talking to his people. He's like, I've never seen Hulk, or I've never seen Thor this pressed before. And everyone's like, damn. So this includes, like I said, reference back to the 1963 fight with Hercules. That includes that. So that's pretty wild. This, you can argue, can put early Hulk at outer versatile. Given this is 1966, this puts Hulk above Herc, who beat Skyfather tier characters in 1963 to 1965 runs, featuring both Hercules and Thor. And in 65, Thor and Herc threw the strongest blows in Marvel. Shout out to GB for finding that BS. Crazy feat, but it happened, baby. Y'all love that Superman 2 feats out of 6 billion that are outer versatile. You got to give my boy Hulk that because he has a lot of them. So anyways, jokes aside, early on, man, Hulk had some crazy feats to the point where even in issue 5, he was fighting a dude named Metal Master who could control all the metal in the universe and was stated to have the best telepathic feat in Marvel's history up to that point. And you haven't heard of him because Hulk beat his ass and he's not coming back. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Like I said, he's fast, right? This Hulk is stupid fast. And when he's fighting Thor states, if you hesitate at any point in time for even a split second, Hulk's on your ass. Like, he's gonna blitz you. And then Hulk, this is where he hits him with the signature, baby. He's gotta throw you. Picks up Thor, throws him so hard. The rock, like the mountainside or whatever that Thor got slammed through, was destroyed on an atomic level. Like, it was stated, like, on an atomic level, the rock was completely destroyed. Just because Hulk threw Thor at it. Like, that's... I don't know how that works, but it happened. Odin also weighs in again, like the ringside announcer he is, on his Joe Rogan tip and says, fighting Hulk will serve to humble Thor. Wow. This man Hulk is an athlete out here pressing gods casually. He is bringing humility to gods. Think about that. Anyways, Thor said human words, like literally in the human vocabulary, there is nothing that can properly describe Hulk's strength because Hulk is obviously omnipotent. Not really, because I know 2 of you are going to take that serious. He's not omnipotent. But even Thor said it's beyond human words and comprehension how strong he is. And he backs that up by saying both of our powers are beyond description, but I can't overwhelm you. And he gets his hammer back, Mjolnir, and leaves. He doesn't settle the fight with Hulk, even though Hulk wanted to finish it. So basically, Hulk won. It was implied Hulk would have won if they fought hand to hand with just pure strength alone. But Thor basically said if I used hacks and Mjolnir, I would win. And I agree with him from what he showed in that comic, for the record. But if Thor did not use hacks against Hulk, he would get his ass beat. I'm going to be honest. It's going to get dragged out and Hulk's going to win. At least in this time period. Moving on. Spider-Man Annual 3, 1966. You know your boy was pissed he had to read a Spider-Man comic. Anyway, Cap says Hulk's strength is matchless in the verse. No one scales to him. Thor is literally standing right behind him when Cap says this. So anyone that wants to be in the comments saying, oh, well, he could have been talking about who's there. Thor's there, dog. He's talking. Even Thor's being considered. So it's not just humanity or whatever. Moving on. Tales to Astonish, issue 91, 1967. Stranger says even if Abomination is Hulk's strength equal, Hulk is more savage and can't be subjugated. So basically, Abomination is the tool to be used because you can't really be risking using Hulk as a tool. That's a bad idea. Tales to Astonish 109. So Abomination doesn't scale to him. He might scale to him in strength, but Hulk's going to take it to another level, and he did beat Abomination in that story. Tales to Astonish 100, 1968. Hulk pulls up on Namor and starts beating his ass. It was pretty bad. Hulk proceeds to throw Namor. So, by the way, classic Namor was fighting Thor and stuff. Like he actually does scale pretty high. Hulk yeeted Namor so hard, Namor would have died if he didn't hit the water. Like, Namor obviously gets powered back up and amped by water. If that wasn't the case, if he had hit land or something or somewhere else, he said he would have died. That's crazy. Hulk then fights this amped Namor, who's in the water dipped, quote, water dipped, like you would say Superman sun dipped, tanks everything from him, and then blitzes him. And that's when we see Hulk has to resist mind control, and eventually, amped Namor can somewhat KO him. But he went back to human form. But Hulk was easily winning this before, and before outside interference and all that, Hulk was kind of taking it to him pretty easily. So it was definitely a win for Hulk up until interference. Tales to Astonish 101. Loki, who is trapped on Asgard, is confident he could call up Hulk, and Hulk could give everybody in Asgard a problem, including Odin. That's nuts because everybody knows Loki's not dumb. He's a trickster, but he's not dumb. And he's banking on his freedom here, on Hulk being capable of taking everyone in Asgard, possibly even Odin. Now, we'll get this out of the way. Do I believe Hulk scales to classic Odin? No. Do I think Odin would feel it if Hulk punched him in the mouth? Absolutely. Moving on, because this is just a crazy situation going down. Hulk gets sent past time and space, beyond the Rainbow Bridge, arrives at the Rainbow Bridge, sees Heimdall. Heimdall's like, look, no one's gotten the drop on me before. It's not finna be you. And he blasts him, right? He's trying to get rid of him, because clearly he's not a friend. Hulk's just annoyed by the blast. Heimdall's trying to put him down, he's just annoyed. Hulk then shakes the ethereal Rainbow Bridge and one-shot Heimdall. Heimdall gets absolutely boloed. We then see the Warriors 3 be dumb, run up on my boy Hulk. Hulk says, look fam, I don't want to be here, but I'm here. And if y'all are going to keep putting your hands on me, I'm going to start kicking y'all's ass. And that's what he does. Ooh, Mike got hit. Anyways, he starts bringing it to him, Hulk's not backing down, and he starts boloing the Warriors 3. This is when, unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, he transforms and falls into a bottomless pit. Also, by the way, put you on some game. It's stated in this issue that Hulk has the best transformation in any fiction. He is omnipotent confirmed. Said by Stan the Man himself, rest in peace. We see Hulk clash with Executioner and a few others. He outright resists Asgardian magic, which we all know is insanely strong, and he starts beating on Executioner. Odin, of course, he's seeing this stuff, sees Hulk rampaging through Asgard, and he says Hulk's mighty. Like, Hulk is powerful. Odin acknowledges he's not dealing with a punk. We then see Hulk get into it with Odin. He meets Odin, and Odin's not talking crazy or anything. Odin's just, being a king. And he said something. Hulk didn't like his tone. And Hulk said, "Look, dog, watch your damn mouth before I punch you in your shit." And Odin was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, you're keeping it a little too real." And that's when we see Hulk gets BFR'd from Asgard. They don't want to deal with him anymore. They just decided to get rid of him. But he was definitely down to fight Odin. He said, "Look, dog, I don't like the way you're talking to me. Where I'm from, you get hit, son." Bruce Banner, Hulk, they're pretty ghetto with it. Anyways, Tales to Astonish issue 103. A general believes Hulk is unstoppable because he was capable of going against Thing and even got the advantage on him. Big facts. If you can beat Thing, you're high out of Universal. Space Parasite becomes a thing in this issue. He can travel countless light years in a microsecond. We literally see him do it. Hulk starts fighting him. Another speed feat. Also, Space Parasite, basically Life Force gives him, like, let's say, extra year on his life if he takes your Life Force. He says the power of Hulk gives you endless life. It's infinite, boundless. So he would be immortal if he beats him. Space Parasite also remarks that he has actually spent time fighting across the heavens. He absorbs the powers of those he beats as well. Hulk's above that. Even when Space Parasite said he held universal power, he even compared to that, Hulk's power is limitless in comparison. Remember that. He said it's endless, and we are comparing it to when he said at one point, he's like, yeah, universal power easily. Dog, Hulk, 60s Hulk is top 5 most disrespectful opponents you could have. He gets hit by this guy, right? Who I just got busy telling you, at least universal. Compares it to a bee sting. He said, "Yo, bitch, you hit like a bee sting." He's also been drained the entire time. This dude's been draining him. Hulk doesn't care, dog. Swings. He's like, "Yo, you hit like a bee sting. You're weak." Hulk then blatantly reacts to him trying to blitz him. Parasite even says so, as he can't drink Hulk fast enough, and Hulk's just simply too pissed. Hulk starts scrapping with him. You know the vibes. Eventually, Hulk wins. Hulk won that fight. Moving on. Hulk 104. Rhino. I didn't know this ever happened. Rhino gets a gamma amp and a suit. Stupid strong. Doesn't matter. He made a mistake. Pulled up on Hulk. He starts getting mauled by Hulk. Hulk was beating his ass. It was really bad. Like, I didn't even... Like, there's not much more you have to post from the fight because it was just a mauling. But even Gamma and Rhino got bullied. Hulk 105, he completely destroys a creature and he's mauling him. And it's stated that he at least burns like a miniature sun. The creature is primordial as well, predates time itself, as stated in the comic. And Hulk is literally ragdolling him, dog. It's ridiculous. Hulk beats his ass. Next up, Avengers Annual 2, 1967. We see Black Panther pull up on Hulk. Big mistake. He starts bullying on Black Panther, calls his bitch ass a kitten too. It was lit. We then see a character, Scarlet Centurion, who we find out his identity later, which is really interesting, so stay tuned. But he appears from between the void of time and space and has, quote, immeasurable age. He says something. Hulk doesn't like it. Hulk says, "Watch your tone, dog, before you get slapped. Watch your fucking mouth." Like, Hulk didn't care, dog. Thor then says both him and Hulk scale to this guy who came from immeasurable, like, beyond time, basically, in between the void of time. Like, all that thing, right? All the fancy stuff. Thor said, "Look, dog, Hulk's got a point. Watch your tone when you're talking to us, because me and Hulk, like, these other people might not be able to take you, but me and Hulk can." And it's funny because this Scarlet guy told Thor to watch his mouth, but he didn't keep that energy with Hulk. I want you to remember that. He picks and chooses because he knows what Hulk would have done if he told Hulk to watch his mouth. He would have got swung on, son. They start running around, Thor, Hulk, and all them, start running around beating up superheroes at the request of Scarlet Centurion. Basically, he says, if you don't get rid of these other timeline goons, it's all 616, but time is stated in Marvel to flow simultaneously. Everything exists at once. in one flow. So these are 616 versions that are time displaced. And Centurion says if you don't get rid of them, it's going to corrupt everything. So they start going around beating everything up. We see Hulk take out Thing and Namor. Doesn't count because I don't want it to count. Moving on, but nah, all seriousness, a different time period. But still, he takes out Thing and Namor, which was really impressive. He's pretty OP, in my opinion. We see that he also gets into it, Hulk does, with Black Panther. If you think that's impressive, okay. Centurion, like I said, is scared of Hulk and Thor's raw power. He actually stated that. Just further proof they scale relative to each other. We then find out Scarlet Centurion was Kang the Conqueror. This was hilarious. We see Hulk meet Lockjaw. If you don't know who Lockjaw is, he is the faithful dog to the Inhuman King Black Bolt. He runs into Lockjaw. Lockjaw starts scrapping him. Lockjaw scrapped Thanos before, right? Lockjaw is not weak. Hulk starts beating his ass. And Lockjaw was like, yeah, you gotta go. And he BFRs him with teleportation. Hulk Annual 1968 versus the Inhumans. We see that Hulk was able to punch through a dimensional barrier that was made to keep him in the place called the Unplace. He got BFR to a different quote dimension, and he punched through the dimensional barrier to get out. He got sick of it and said, dog, I can punch through anything and punch through it. A dude that can control the green on the planet started scrapping Hulk, and it was a bad idea. Homeboy got his ass beat. It wasn't a fight. Also, the speed they're moving at and traveling at in this issue is stated to be beyond anything in Einstein's physics. Basically, their speed defies logic. Hulk goes on to thrash the Inhuman Elite Guard, and their strongest weapons that they have, he adapts to passively. Like, they just end up starting to not even affect them at all. The Inhuman City was so scared of Hulk that they started destroying entire blocks, including citizens, trying to down him. And Hulk said, yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I feel like smashing the world, I'm gonna do that shit. And there's nothing y'all can do. And low-key has a point. I mean, he was wrecking stuff. Hulk is supposed to be absorbed as a sacrifice because he's fighting a wall that absorbs energy, like gamma energy, kinetic energy, all that. Hulk starts getting absorbed into this wall, right? That's his punishment. Hulk breaks through the wall. It's absorbing all his energy across the several types of energy he has, and he says, I don't give a damn. Time to punch through, punches through it. 60s Hulk will try to punch anything. It does not matter. Hulk also takes 2 blasts from a device that can kill all Inhumans, including Black Bolt, and fakes getting knocked out by it. They also said Hulk is a source of unmeasurable power. Not immeasurable, they use a different word this time. Unmeasurable. You can't measure at all, okay? Same thing. Hulk starts bowling the goons that tricked him. They tried to trick him into helping against Black Bolt. He's not down with that. He said, yo, y'all are hoes for tricking me. Time to put the paws on you. He tries to kill one dude by beating him with his homeboy's body. He said, yo, this is your friend, right? Take him back. Bah, bah, oh. Just a savage beating, dog, with his own homie's body. It doesn't get much more disrespectful than that, honestly. Like, that's probably one of the most disrespectful things ever. He then blitzes Black Bolt. After all this, after getting trapped in that wall, after all this, still blitzes Black Bolt. After everything he's been through, and rocks his ass. Hulk states he literally doesn't know how to lose, and he's not going to accept an L, and eats, quote, incomparable power of an all-out Black Bolt, and says, dog, I eat those. And he just keeps scrapping. He's like, bro, I don't care about your power, dog. Then Hulk tanks his strongest blast. Next panel next page confirms he did in fact tank it, and he also reacts to someone trying to take out Black Bolt faster than Black Bolt himself reacted. So he took Black Bolt's strongest possible attack and then gets up and reacts faster than Black Bolt. Hulk is an absolute monster, and he takes the shot that would have killed him. He rocks Nebulos, who was the one trying to kill Black Bolt, and tanks the shot that would have killed Black Bolt. So now Black Bolt is forever indebted to the Incredible Hulk because Hulk saves his life. Also, it was funny. Gorgon said something disrespectful. Hulk took one step towards him, and everyone was like, yo, chill. And they let him go. They tell him, like, yo, just leave. Don't listen to Gorgon. Gorgon was about to die, son. He was about to get mauled. But, yeah, so it ends with Black Bolt saying, I owe Hulk my life. So, yeah, proof he tanked something that would have killed Black Bolt. Moving on to Hulk 109. Hulk tanks a blast accidentally and a fall that like reshaped the planet's weather, and everyone felt it. And he like did it on accident. We then see Bruce Banner gets a lot of love in the 60s and might actually be the top scientific mind in the Marvel-verse at that time. Tony Stark has a couple feats in the 60s like this with this run where it ties in where they interact as minds. Henry Pym had one or two showings in this run too, but they give a lot of love to Banner as a scientific mind. He fights Kazar and throws Kazar. I forget why they were fighting, but if you say one or two things that Hulk doesn't like, it's a fight instantly in the 60s, and he threw Kazar and his cat over a literal mountain. It was embarrassing. General Ross said if Hulk wanted to, he could casually destroy the Earth. Like I said, this shouldn't surprise y'all. I know people on like Comic Vine and shit say Savage Hulk is like planetarism. Dog, by issue 5, he was fighting a dude controlling the metal in the universe. I don't know what the issue is. I guess people don't read, but moving on. Hulk, issue 111. It's revealed, at least at this time, reading Banner's mind will not give you any information on Hulk. It's two separate minds. So even if you mind hacks Bruce, you're not mind hacks in Hulk. Vice versa as well. Hulk is in space and is bullying in space because his lungs scale to his normal strength. That's stated multiple times. He also tanks the hardest attack of beings whose other casual weapons were destroying planets. They're rolling around destroying planets, and Hulk's tanking their strongest attacks. I can't quantify what their strongest is because they don't say, but it's definitely way beyond what their like other stuff they're using. He also eats the engine blast point blank of an engine that can send a ship massively faster than light, crossing galaxies and stuff in moments. He then also tanks a fall from space through orbit to the ground, and it's fine. Hulk 112, we get a big boy scrap with Galaxy Master. Yes, I don't know how many times Galaxy Master ends up appearing ever, but he got his ass beat. Let's talk about it. So, Galaxy Master pulls up on Hulk. Galaxy Master is a primordial being looking for smoke and uses primordial energy to hit Hulk. Also, Galaxy Master says if you think Planetary is strong, you're an absolute joke to him. Hulk then rushes Galaxy Master, and Galaxy Master has to go intangible. He's just not willing to try to take that hit. And he admits he's never fought anybody like the Hulk. And this dude's existed before time. And he's never met someone like Hulk. Hulk has also, allegedly, one of the best strength feats in recorded history, according to the comic. Galaxy Master has destroyed entire universes, by the way. He comes from 1,000 universes away. Just to make sure no one can beat him. Like he's just going around boloing universes because he's got to make sure no one's a threat to his survival. Guess who's a threat to his survival? Pissed off Hulk. Hulk and Galaxy Master are then stated to be the two strongest living entities around, or at least two of the strongest. Obviously, you got to leave some room there. Hulk is tanking power beyond, quote, mortal comprehension and mortal description. No words can serve to describe the power he's taking because it comes from a primordial being. This is when we see Hulk get up and start fighting back against this power. He's pissed off at this point. Galaxy Master calls Hulk's physicality both incalculable, confirms it again, but he also says Hulk's willpower is inconceivable, which is what makes Hulk so dangerous because you're not going to break him. He's coming. In the 60s, Hulk's just swinging, dog. It doesn't matter. Hulk blitzes Galaxy Master before he can leave. And This is why I say this dog is an athlete. Homeboy is leaving orbit, right? I already told y'all how far this guy travels. Hulk jumped. Even though I had a head start, jumped and caught his ass. Like, that's insane. Caught his ass and starts scrapping. Hulk then kills Galaxy Masters. Son, you don't run up on Hulk and think you can run away. I don't care if you're universal, multiversal, hyperversal, outerversal. You run from 60s Hulk, he's chasing your ass down and he's beating your ass. All right, that's how it goes. Moving on. Tales to Astonish, number 73. I believe this one was published in 1965. Might be wrong. Or no. I'm sorry. The run might have started in 65. Anyways, Hulk passively negs all the stuff Leader makes. Leader, by the way, is a gamma-powered brain. Okay, he has a brain like amped by gamma. His intelligence is equal to Hulk's strength, essentially. Leader says he can't make a device that can actually stop Hulk, and that Hulk could deadass beat up anyone in the galaxy if he felt like it. That's what Leader says, and Leader's a smart boy. Leader, for reference, can make devices that easily track Watcher. Okay, so he casually tracks Watcher all the time. He also confirms that in Marvel, the speed of thought makes MFTL look like infinitesimally small. He said, there's no comparison. The speed of thought is pretty much boundless in Marvel. You can go any speed. That's crazy, man. And that makes a lot of sense with some of the thought powers high-end characters in Marvel have. Makes a lot of sense it's that fast. Hulk sent faster than time itself to confront the Watcher. Hulk does pull up on the Watcher. He says, yo, homie, I heard you got some stuff here. Because the Leader's like, yo, I need you to go rob the Watcher. Hulk's like, give me your stuff. I'm not going to lie, y'all. He pulls up on Watcher. Watcher is strong. Watcher's stupid strong, especially back in the 60s. It's just he's not allowed to interfere and fight people. So we never get to see him wild out. But we see his passive power is insane. We then see Hulk was actually sent because another being was coming. This was stated to be the real strongest being in the galaxy. And he's there to steal a machine that can master time and space itself. He gets rocked by this beast and gets back up, dog. Hulk's like, oh, for real? Like, you want the smoke? Bet. Tales to Astonish, 74. Hulk pulls up for the fade. Watcher, watching, commentating from the sideline, deciding who wins this fight. He can't interfere. He's just watching them throw down. And it's confirmed by Watcher himself. Hulk is fighting the strongest being in the known galaxy. Hulk then tanks extra spatial power from Watcher as he has to BFR Hulk and this beast because Hulk and him were going to destroy the stuff in Watcher's room. And he was not down for that. He didn't have it insured, so he had to get him out of there. The beast he's fighting, this galaxy famous beast, doesn't understand. It was kind of funny. This dude was bred to be the strongest in the verse. Like, he stated, my people have bred me for eons to be like the strongest in the universe. He gets hit by Hulk once and says, why are you so strong? Why are you so OP? I was bred for this. You just seem mad. That's not fair. Like, he was real upset that Hulk was that strong. Then Hulk threw water. Harder than cataclysms in the Milky Way. What? Do y'all understand how crazy that is? Like, dude, he threw water, and it was said to hit harder than cataclysms in the Milky Way. Huh? Hulk's out here reinventing shit. He's making... But never mind. Anyways, Hulk, at the end of this fight, says, if you're so strong, let me see how strong your legs are. I want to see run back here, bitch. Throws this dude so far that it stated Homeboy would have flown through space for days at that speed. Just as fast as he was getting. He was about to get BFR'd off the fucking panel. You can see it. And that's when Watcher has to BFR that guy back to where he comes from. Because Watcher said, look, dog, what you just did to him was messed up. He was about to go for a road trip. I might as well have saved him. You clearly won. Hulk won and gets the device. Hulk gives Leader all the knowledge in the universe with this device, right? That's why it's so powerful. It's the knowledge of the Watcher. And says, it's cool you have all this, right? But watch your tone, dog, because I'll still break your jaw. Hulk don't care, dog. He don't care about your amps. Issue 75. Hulk tanks a helmet. This helmet I told you about. That one-shot the leader's mind. The leader, like I said, has a gamma ray mind. Didn't tank the Watchers what he knows. Hulk did. Crazy. Banner also casually built a time machine gun for fun to BFR by manipulating light waves. Like, he was like, oh, yeah, I made that one time. And it works. It worked first try. It was used on him. Hulk is sent to the future, and it's stated by the people in the future that Hulk is considered an absolute legend. Tales to Astonish 76. Hulk is, quote, beyond reason and understanding. He also tanks a future super weapon, no problem. In the 25th century 616. Remember, he's getting sent forward in time, not to an alternate verse. This is stated to still be 616 in one time flow. Hulk is beyond anything they've seen before. It's the 25th century, and he's beyond. It's in the future, dog. Hulk's still stronger than everything. Wild. Hulk, you can wank that, by the way, but I'm not going to. Hulk in character, also, like I said, throws people at people, does it again in this run. It's real. Issue 77. Executioner, at this point in the story, has the power to span time and ages because of his Asgardian roots. Guess who doesn't give a damn? My boy Hulk. Hulk blitzes him right away, starts scrapping with him. Hulk easily scraps Executioner, despite the fact that Executioner in this fight shows the ability to instantly regenerate and power up. Instantly revive himself. Hulk still beats his ass. That did not matter. Executioner goes on to say, Hulk has to be killed because he scales to immortal Asgardians, even the gods. He said this is so disrespectful of a mortal to be this strong, and says he's got to kill him. He knocks down Hulk. He knocks him down. Hulk said, whoa, you knocked me down? Yeah, it's time for me to beat the shit out of you. Hulk gets up. He said, look, dog, nobody knocks me down. They then go... The author said at this point, there is no proper wordage to describe how Hulk's power is. It's just ridiculous. He's just going to overpower stuff. He says literally they don't have the wordage to do it. Also, Executioner's about to kill a bunch of people with his BS because he's trying to raid and take over a place. Hulk can't resist saving the people from Executioner. It's actually shown even Savage Hulk has a natural tendency to protect people. And I believe this is because, if you know the history of Hulk, he actually had an abusive father, came from a bad household. Had the manifestation is the hate in his heart, right? And I believe Hulk can't help but save people because Banner probably wanted to be saved when he was a kid and no one saved him. Hulk's almost like that idea of salvation, okay? So I believe this is hinting at that kind of moral drive, that moral compass that you'll see later that's extrapolated on in the future. But I could be entirely wrong. However, that's how I saw it, and I think it's pretty cool. Executioner gets hit. Him and his army gets hit by Hulk. And he's like, dog. You got to remember, by the way, Executioner hangs out with Enchantress. He's seen Thor and Loki multiple times fight. He doesn't understand how someone like Hulk is that strong. So he's seen Thor and all them, and he's still like, how is something this strong? Hulk issue 115. Leader comes back because my boy Leader, he's actually a funny dude, had fail-safes for dying. He said, look, dog, I talk a lot of trash. I knew I was going to get killed eventually. So I had an android here waiting for me. This is when we also see the platonic archetypal athlete that is Hulk. Hulk is side to side with a laser. Out jumps it. Straight up off vertical. This man would be a monster in the NBA. Just vertical is out racing a laser. It was hilarious. Leader then seals him in plasticine, which he says no living being can break, including Thor and all of them. This substance literally just sends back whatever you throw at it, including energy, punches, objects, doesn't matter. It's supposed to be like a living metal, a living substance. It's supposed to be harder than everything, including adamantium and all of them, okay? It's supposed to be beyond that. You haven't heard of this. Chuck even checked the guidebooks. It's not in there. You ever heard about this? And I have a theory on why. You're going to see soon. The substance, of course, is explained to be plasticine. And how it's stronger than everything. Even Hulk, with all his strength, is just going to get sent back on him. Hulk doesn't break through initially. He's not able to do it. It's just a ridiculous substance. By the way, Hulk's, like I said, physically should be superior to Thor at this point. Thor hit Cap's shield once, and Cap was like, yeah, this isn't going to happen much. Like, this shield will break. Clearly, this substance scales a lot beyond even Cap's shield. Remember that. Hulk then gets encased in this substance because he sees a girl in trouble and he has to help her. He gets encased in it. He went from being in a box kind of thing to literally being encased, coated in it and encased. He realizes, dog, if I don't turn up and put the team on my back, that girl is dead. So what's he do? He turns up. Like the Hulk he is, he breaks through. It ain't shit to him. So what? It's harder than Cap's shield. So what? It's arguably harder than vibranium or adamantium. He still breaks through because he's the Hulk. And this brings me to why I believe we haven't heard about this substance anymore. Because Hulk is ruining its stock by beating it. This is taking L's to Hulk. The other stuff had things to build up its reputation. This just takes an L immediately. This droid that was made to fight Hulk is also made of plasticine. Hulk rocks his ass, and the droid's like, oh, whoa, this is a lot different than I thought it would be. A laser beam's fired at him, blatantly blitzes the laser beam. It's easy for Hulk. Like I said, bro, I don't know why people sleep. Those idiots at Death Battle said light speed is rarely seen to Marvel. Are you serious? Bro, anyways, Hulk, once more proving he's the guy to eat, had to throw a boy off panel, because that's how he gets down. Hulk issue 118. Hulk runs into a bloodlusted Namor and tells him to watch his mouth and slaps him. Slaps his ass away. This was a funny fight. Hulk gets hacked by Namor. Namor is using the water pressure to build like the massive thing around Hulk. Hulk punches water pressure. And then he said, yo, Namor, go check on your girl. Slaps his ass back to his girl. It was hilarious. Hulk was being mad disrespectful. Then we see Hulk in another speed feat. Match Namor's underwater speed by jumping. He jumps off a wall and literally matches Namor's blitz. It shows them. They collide. This collision threatened continents. Them running into each other was threatening to just completely destabilize continents. They bumped into each other and that's what happened, okay? It was hilarious. Like the Earth was almost compromised. Hulk, issue 121, he's about to face Glob. Glob is one with this ancient marsh that is ancient compared to even time itself. I believe this is blatant disrespect to Swamp Thing, but it is what it is. If Hulk, actually I don't know when Swamp Thing, I can't think off the top of my head when it came out, so maybe this predates, but if Hulk doesn't understand you, he straight up says, I'm gonna hit you in your shit. If I don't understand what you are, what you're about, you're getting slapped. That's what he says to Glob, backs it up and hits his ass. He also gets into it with, who was he fighting? I think he was fighting Thing, man. He was fighting Thing and he had to BFR him. He knew better, but he BFR'd Thing with a punch, got rid of him. He also folded Human Torch, who was trying to take him down, with a casual thunderclap, just completely depowered him. It was kind of embarrassing for Johnny Storm. Big L. Hulk 124. Hulk is about to fight an absorbing man who is coming off just fighting Odin. He had fought Odin and got BFR'd by Odin into space, had been floating around. Now he's back and he's about to fight Hulk. He swaps hands with this post-Odin Creel just fine, is beating his ass. He then evades Creel and blitzes with a throw of a massive engine. Based on his reaction, this is the most physically powerful character he has seen. I just told you who he came from in his last encounter with a person. It was Odin. Hulk's the most physically powerful he has seen. So I just want to put that out there. I'll let y'all argue about it. Don't argue with me. Y'all argue it amongst yourselves if you want. Then Hulk blitzes Creel from underground. It was hilarious. Comes up from underground. Gets him. Yeets Creel. Because you know how Hulk does it, baby. You're getting your ass tossed out of here. He tosses him and scares. Bro, he scared Creel so bad. The same dude that fought Odin. Scaled him so bad. Creel almost forgot he had superpowers. That's how hard Hulk was throwing him around. He got thrown, he said, oh, I'm going to die because I don't have any powers because this dude's mauling me. And then he said, oh, wait, I do have powers. So, yeah, that's how you know you're getting your ass beat. Hulk's strength Newfound strength casually allowed Creel to lift a mountain, and then when he lost his strength, folded in on him and collapsed. It's pretty funny. Hulk 126. We've arrived. We've arrived at the boss battle of the 60s. The end of this video, Hulk issue 126. I think this might have been Fringe 70, but still we're going to add it to this one because it's amazing. Hulk is set up to fight a being called the Nightcrawler. Let me explain Nightcrawler to you. Nightcrawler is made up of the evil in that dimension, which is beyond the void, which is beyond time and space. It's another dimension outside of, like, I'm not saying it's outerverse. Supposedly there's dimensions like 616 and stuff. There's a regular universe, and then there's a void, like a infinite void, and then other shit. He's at other shit right now. So he's like beyond the regular realities at other shit. So he might be hyperversal. I think it's pretty easy to argue Nightcrawler's, it's at least extra dimensional, but you could argue it's beyond the infinite dimensions. Anyways, regardless, Nightcrawler is made up of the evil in this dimension that Banner is in. We watch all the evil in the literal cosmos, the dark evil cosmos, come together and form this beast right in front of Hulk. Well, actually, it's Banner at the time. The dimension Hulk's in, by the way, verbatim stated, is beyond the void. He is beyond the void, beyond the regular universes. Hulk says, yo, I realize I might be facing a guy. Could be hyperversal. Maybe your baseline, I don't know, complex, multi, your extra spatial, all that, you're beyond the regular dimensions. We'll say he's, yeah, maybe hyperversal. It doesn't matter, dog. Hulk says, look, it doesn't matter where you scale. Clearly you don't know what the vibes are, and punches him in his mouth. Banner watched this dude form from all the evil, literally in the in the void that he's in, this dark universe they're in. He watches that all form, punches it in the mouth, dog. You can't tell me he's not gangster. Nightcrawler got hit once and said, yeah, it's time to use hacks because you're doing too much. And he hits Hulk with the Spectre of Shadow, which sends him into an eternal, endless darkness. That's what Hulk's getting BFR'd to. It's called the Void of the Shadow Scepter, and he gets pushed off into it by Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler says he would fall for literally eternity. Hulk says that's not good enough because I got shit to do. And he says, you need to back up, ho. And throws a blind punch. My boy Hulk, no matter what, 60s Hulk is swinging, dog. That's why I love these stories. 60s Hulk is swinging on you, no matter if he can hit you or not. He swings. This blind punch is so crazy, so strong. It stated it was so powerful, it caused a reaction that filled this entire dimension with light. Nightcrawler says he has never seen this power in eons, and Hulk lights up all of it with his punch. Then Hulk jumps. You know when Hulk jumps, he's the platonic athlete. His jumps are OD. He blitzes Nightcrawler and rocks his shit again. Hulk then gets hit with a... We already have him lighting up this dimension, right? With one punch. Yeah, that shit happened, right? It gets worse. Hulk gets hit with this mega all-out Nightcrawler attack in the form of like a weird sonic beam almost, right? As strong as that could possibly be. Like I told y'all in the beginning of these runs, Hulk could be taken down from that, right? And he's getting hit with it from a being that's infinitely beyond what that was. He says, turn that shit down, dog, and claps at the sound. Claps at it. Remember that. That's all he does, just claps. This clap was so strong, it breaks the dimension. Hulk apologized and said, look, dog, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know I was that strong. I was just trying to clap away the noise. Broke your dimension. My bad. He beat Nightcrawler, broke his dimension. We know it won't ever be fixed because Nightcrawler literally has to try and go steal a universe because Hulk just broke his. He's like, yo, I need your dimension because my dimension's gone. Homeboy clapped and that shit's just gone. Like, they had to be BFR'd out of there before they collapsed with the dimension. But yeah, the first punch Hulk throws lights up the entirety of this extra spatial dimension. then his clap destroys it. That's what we get to end this video on. That absolute madness. Anyways, guys, let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what you thought of 1960s Hulk. If you think he was stronger than you originally perceived him to be, let me know. If you haven't read these stories, let me know. I hope you enjoyed. Hulk was a goon in the 60s. I'm looking forward to covering the 70s for y'all. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button so I know y'all want to see part 2 of the movie. I'm planning on doing it by the decade for these major characters like Hulk, so that you get very detailed videos that are broken down and fun for y'all. So I know this is long, but if I was to do Hulk in his entirety with everything, it would be several hours. So I got to break it down. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you want to come hang out with me and Chuck, if you want to hang out with my members, we're over 60, almost at 70 people now. Drop your Discord tag in the comments down below. I'll add you, and we'll get to working on either getting you set up regular membership or signing you up for the raffle. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Happy holidays, everyone. You heard this holiday music. I'm in good spirits. It's been your favorite villain, and I will see y'all later. Peace.